And so, now this lady on Fox Sports is going viral because she was describing why she believes that Lamar Jackson isn't this year's league MVP. And her choice of words has pissed a lot of folks off. So y'all gotta tell me what you think. What you think? Is this some coded language or is it an acceptable take? Check it out right here.
You don't think Lamar Jackson's the most valuable player in the National Football League?
No, I don't.
This is absurd.
What are you talking about? Y'all are absurd. Listen, this sounds like I don't like Lamar Jackson, and that's not what it is at all. I think Lamar Jackson has come out and has become a better quarterback this year. He is doing better than I thought, throwing the ball and just, being the quarterback, especially after losing his favorite target to Mark Andrews. And I see it. But to me, the MVP is somebody who has been kicking ass and taking names week after week. He had a great game against the 49ers. Great game. The defense, exquisite against the 49ers. But he's also had 4 games this year without a touchdown pass. 4. Then he's had other games where he had 1 touchdown. 2 games, he has not been... in the words of Colin Cowherd, stars attract stars. No, I'm just kidding. This is what we do, and Rich. But I want my quarterbacks to be quarterbacky. And to me, Lamar Jackson's just a great athlete, and he's done a really good job, and he had a great game against the 49ers. Prisoners of the moment. He is not the MVP. Christian McCaffrey is the MVP, and he has been. I've been saying this for weeks. It's not like I just decided after this game. That's what happened with Lamar. After this game, he jumped up, but he wasn't even in the conversation. He was like an afterthought. It was always like Tua, Duck. No, it's Christian McCaffrey, and then 2. And, I'm not a huge fan of Tyreek Hill because of what he does off the field, but, it's a separate conversation. He's in the second one. If it's not Christian, it's Tyreek Hill. Those are the 2 that have stood out every week. Every week. Not Lamar Jackson. It's not that I don't like Lamar. It's not that he's not doing a good job. He is doing a good job. But he's not the MVP. I'm sorry to say it.
You can give Christian McCaffrey a most outstanding offensive player. You can give him the Offensive Player of the Year awards. That's fine. But the value of what Lamar Jackson provides to the Baltimore Ravens is more than Christian McCaffrey. This is a Niners team, again, Monty, that chased a stupid touchdown record and tried to get Christian McCaffrey NFL history in a game where they were up 30 points. Just because he scores a lot of touchdowns doesn't put him over the edge, and because he's scoring touchdowns every week doesn't make him the most valuable player.
And I don't even think that's all it is, because Raheem Mostert has, 21 touchdowns for Miami scored this season? It's not even just that. It's the eye test. He looks like no one can stop him. When they were playing the Ravens, his touchdown that he scored where it was still close, nobody could stop him. He looked unstoppable when he scored that touchdown. And I just no quarterback, I know that it's this is a quarterback award, which is so annoying to hear. No quarterback has had a dominant performance the entire season. And if I am going to give it to a quarterback, how is it not Tua? I don't think it's Lamar. And even though everyone is shifting that way, I just don't see it because of this game. We're prisoners of the moment. Absolutely not.
Shouldn't have been this past game be the game that Christian McCaffrey takes over?
And then
shouldn't he have taken over that game?
It's really hard when your quarterback throws 4 picks. It's really hard. You don't get the ball as often. But he had more rushing yards, McCaffrey, by himself than the entire Ravens offense on the ground.
All right, so like I told y'all, the folks are on her ass, and came to the point that they deleting posts and everything. They trying to save face, because I ain't gonna lie, they kind of set her up. Fox Sports Radio, y'all think y'all slick, y'all set her up, but they trying to delete the post and everything, clean face now. But so Monse Balonis, they quoted this saying, "I want my quarterbacks to be quarterbacky." What the fuck does that mean? To me, Lamar Jackson's just a great athlete, and he had a great game against the 49ers. Prisoners of the moment. He is not the MVP. Christian McCaffrey is the MVP. So one thing I do want to show out is the sisters coming out to defend Lamar Jackson. All right. So this lady says so many dog whistles and microaggressions here. All right. This person says, what an ugly ass take. I like my running backs to be running backy. Catches the ball too much. To me, he's just a scrappy high motor player. Yeah, you see how that shit works? You see how that shit works? That's funny. This person says, I want my analyst to be former playery. Someone that has put the pads on, This person called got LeBron calling Dr. Umar to go ahead and snitch on him like, yeah, Umar gonna get up. I suppose Josh Allen is quarterbacky. This dude right here, seem like it's a white guy, says, you mean the favorite to win MVP quarterback through 4 picks. Funk out of here, Lamar is a quarterback and a damn good one, and he is the MVP at this point. This dude drops some quotes, you may have heard these things before. He's a running back. He has an advantage in play action because he's the color of the ball. He needs to be more quarterbacky. All this coded racism for a 26-year-old who might win his second MVP and as currently has the 6th highest win percentage of all time for QBs. I want my quarterbacks to be quarterbacky. Oh man, dumb. Another sister, Kelsey Nicole Nelson, who's actually a sports journalist herself, says quarterbacky seems cold for something. Oh, this lady, she right here, she ain't trying to fall into that Malika Andrews slot. She like, nope, not me, won't get me. She's standing up for the brothers. Another sister said, it's clear as day what's going on. Now, Dez Bryant chimed in saying, what the funk is a quarterbacky? Then calling Lamar a good athlete as if he's not a quarterback. You women who came at me that really wanted to make it about you, speak up and educate her about the game. I'm pretty sure he's referring to when he called out Malika Andrews. This is an opportunity for you guys to band together. God blessed us with the perfect example of what I meant when I said certain women I don't like talking football with. And another factor I caught in the video, he didn't cut her off not one time while she was speaking. Watch her cut him off. Tyler FF Creator, you are the #1 cloud chaser. By the way, I'll never at your name again. You a clown. You love my name in your mouth. Make sure all the people I block see this. What the hell? Who the hell he going off on? Oh, that's who is this? Let me see. That's someone that works for I don't fucking know. I don't know who he got this smoke with, but whatever. Now, the lady herself, she responds to this. She says, I say quarterbacky and I'm a racist. I'm a racist. Most passing yards by a quarterback so far. #1, Tua. #2, Brock Purdy. #3, Jared Goff. #5, Dak Prescott. #10, CJ Stroud. #15, Lamar Jackson. Wait, why you had to throw CJ Stroud in there? What the like, you trying to make a point? You skipping? I guess she wanted to like show how much CJ Stroud is performing in comparison to him. Okay, it's the thing about it, like they have an offense that in the red zone they have different ways to score, more efficient ways to score than throwing the ball. Sometimes they run game is that efficient, and plus he could do things with his legs too. With him having that ability, that threat, that opens up so many runner lanes for the homie Gus. You feel me? The homie Gus could go ahead and get in there and get busy. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I get what she's saying. But she needs to hear us out too and read the goddamn room. You feel me? The time for y'all talking heads to be so conveniently dumb while discussing black quarterbacks, that time is up. That time is over. Okay? You guys need to understand your audience and your choice of words, or you'll be criticized by the way that you do your job in the same manner that you criticize these athletes. And it's all fair game to me. Now, let's talk football. I was a part of a Lamar Jackson conversation on Twitter, and they had my notifications going on for about 2 days, Richard Sherman had to take about Lamar Jackson that caused Keyshawn Johnson to storm off the goddamn set. I had to go and see if all that bullshit was necessary. So let's check this out and tell me your opinion, all right?
And I love Lamar Jackson as much as anybody. I've supported him the whole time. If he had his numbers that he had the MVP year, which was 43 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, 43 total, then we would be shouting from the rooftops, he's the MVP of the league. So you're talking about this team wouldn't be this. First off, we haven't seen them without him this year. So just like you said, no other years matter. He's been the starting quarterback for the Ravens this entire year. So don't make the point that no other year matters unless you know what I mean? But Josh Allen has 40 total touchdowns right now. Does that mean he's the MVP of the league? No, it does not. He's accounted for 83% of his team's touchdowns. 83. No QB is more important to their team right now than Josh Allen is to the Buffalo Bills. So you can argue whatever you want to argue. You can walk off, because when you walk off, that means you don't have the power to make a conscious argument. And I hear you. The Baltimore Ravens defense had 5 turnovers last night. So when we watch that game and you watch them play against one of the best offenses in the National Football League and they have 5 turnovers, and you tell me Lamar Jackson was the reason they won that game, then I have a hard time with that, because I'm sitting there watching the game And I'm like, dang, that defense is giving them trouble. 5 turnovers. So again, we talk about every other year before this. Every other quarterback. So we're going to go the percentage of touchdowns the quarterback was responsible for. So last year, Patrick Mahomes, 76%. He was responsible for 76% of the team's touchdowns. The year before, Aaron Rodgers, 77. The year before, Aaron Rodgers again, 80%. The year before, Lamar Jackson, this very Lamar Jackson that we're talking about, was responsible for 74% of his team's touchdowns. And before that, Patrick Mahomes at 79%. But this year, we're talking about Lamar Jackson, and the percent of touchdowns he's responsible for is 55. That's not the same. So I like him as much as anybody else. But if you're telling me that nothing from previous years matters, that, hey, we're just going to throw away all logic for MVP voting that has happened in the past 5 years, then cool, I guess weak stats don't matter. But they have mattered in every other argument. When we talk about Defensive Player of the Year, when we're talking about Offensive Player of the Year, when we're talking about every other category, Coach of the Year, these stats matter, but we're just going to throw them out now because it's convenient for your argument? I don't think so. So you're talking about a year where the quarterbacks aren't playing well, then it's probably going to Tyreek Hill or Christian McCaffrey. And they played the Miami Dolphins. I love how you say the stats don't matter when he's been middle of the pack in every category this year. So you're saying the MVP of the league is middle of the pack in every single category: pass and completion percentage, yardage, touchdowns, rushing touchdown. Like what? Like, you're not giving me anything to say. Usually when the MVP of the league, they're number one in at least multiple categories. There's not one category he's number one in. So when you're making this argument, Keyshawn, you're not making an argument based in statistics, concrete information that you can hang your hat on. You're basing it off of, you said one game, the eye test, BS like that. I hear you, but that's nothing to argue.
All right, so I said he made a good point. Josh Allen was used as an example, but ultimately he thinks the MVP shouldn't just be handed to a quarterback because the team is winning and it should go to the most impactful players, CMC or Tyreek Hill. You know, that's me interpreting what I felt like Richard Sherman said. That doesn't mean I agree with it. I'm just interpreting it because I wanted to see, wasn't necessary for Keyshawn to storm off the field, off the field, like he got them AB or some shit, but storm off the set like that. Now, you know, you gotta get the views. This got 2.5 million views with him doing that. Who knows how much views he got on the actual Undisputed thing? Let me see how much views he got on the Undisputed actual page. Only 170,000 views on here. It's just so crazy how like real social media people know how to manage these accounts and these videos better than some of these networks. That's how media is nowadays. The media is changing, dog. Media is changing, and that's why they sweating. But let's look at some responses. This person says Lamar is the most impactful player on the Ravens, and it's not close. 5 turnovers from the defense, but if Lamar doesn't score, those turnovers don't mean anything. He threw for 2 TDs and led them down to for the running back touchdown too. So Lamar will get it by default because he's the overall best player in the league, regardless of stats. I can't deny that. Although Patrick Mahomes is fire, but let's keep reading. Kirk Cousins would have had better stats if he played a full year, but will be barely over 500 record-wise. So Josh has 84% of the team's touchdown this year. So some people are saying that Josh Allen should win it, but his team's record, they just getting, you know, in good graces after they struggled earlier this year. So Tyreek Hill lost his chance by missing 1.5 games. Sorry, but don't mention him again. I don't think so. If that's the case, cool, but it's not CMC because he's not even MVP of his own team. It's Trent Williams, to be honest. If not, just name it a skill position award. Then that's an interesting take. Trent Williams as an offensive lineman winning MVP would be the most insane shit ever. The reason why it never happened because it's not marketable. That's the number one reason why it never will happen. It's not marketable. This person says CMC played well and it didn't matter. If we're talking about the most valuable player, then Lamar wins. Not even a debate. They just played and showed why. You can't be watching games and think Lamar isn't a primary contributor to the 12-3 record. Lamar is also leading his team in rushing. Think about that. Nobody is more valuable. All right, once again, I'm not debating these things. I just wanted to see why goddamn homie stormed off the goddamn why he stormed away. Because I understand, but the MVP is a toss-up. I think we need more games to be played to see. Lamar could be in there. He should be in the race. Goddammit. But having Christian McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill's names being mentioned makes it entertaining too, because that opens up the field. That makes you show more appreciation to players that's not just the quarterback, and I think it's good for football. All right? But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, though. This is another update with Stace. Yo, Ado, the new year's coming up and you may be trying to get into the best shape of your life. I got you, man. I got the best weight loss fitness program that's helping me go from the body of a fat slob, to the physique of a Greek god. I've grown from 274 pounds to 237 within a matter of months. And listen, just go to the SLOB to God website. Any purchase on there, any purchase comes with the workout program and the meal plan that I've been using. And if you have any questions, anything about anything in regards to this weight loss journey, DM me on Instagram or TikTok right now at SLOB to God. That link is in the description. Let's unlock our potential and go from SLOB to God.